What an amazing time we are in the life we have today. Everything is changing. And it's a wonderful opportunity for us to find those treasures, those diamonds in the rough. It's time to repurpose what we have available to us. We found this amazing coach house, and we're going to show you the true potential of what you can do with an older structure that represents a past gone by and how we bring it up into our new needs today. I can't wait. Come on, let me show you. The truth is, we have to find a starting space. Otherwise, you just get overwhelmed and it gets very complicated. So having a game plan, literally a game plan. I mean, your drawing, your thought process on paper so that you can actually start to visualize where it is you want to go. Don't worry, there are no wrongs. Keep in mind the aesthetic value, like thinking about why did they do this. So here originally we had a closet and we had a kitchen kind of area, there was a stove, but we knew that was not original to this particular dwelling. So we did remove a lot of it. The other thing is this entire space really was the carriage house. It was just an open area. So there's been a couple of modifications done to the actual site itself already. And we had to kind of explore and find out what was original, what was the second modification, what was the first modification. And we literally found cardboard for walls. We found drywall. It was a 1/4 inch drywall. I'll show you. We put our knee right through it. Don't be afraid to poke and explore. And if you can't see something or it's a cavity and you're afraid to remove it, go ahead and get maybe a little camera and take a look. You just don't want to, again, shift anything that might be integral to the structural itself. Okay, so this literally was, we think it was the second modification, and they turned it into this kitchen that you see. It really was completely non-functional. And there are 2 kitchens in this particular home. So we thought, this is really attached to the main living space. What could we do to it? And how could we alter and change it so that it's functional, but at the same time makes sense? That's how we came up with the bar area. We also needed to figure out, again, let's be logistic. We needed seating. I don't have a dining room in here. We don't have a kitchen table area in here. So again, a couple of small changes. And even though we really just put together some walls and took down some walls, with just a few of those modifications, you can actually change the space, again, to accommodate whatever it is you want to do. So here's some fun things. When you're taking down like a closet like this, you have no idea where the open cavities become. What we did here was we removed this little tiny hallway, and then there was this closet, and it made no sense. We think maybe it might have been potentially a bedroom at one time. We decided to turn it into an office for us. But this is a very enclosed space, and we had no light. So these are going to be glass panels. And we put one over here as well. And then what we did was take the standard door that was already here, and we made this a glass panel as well. So now we've got the light from there into the living space and vice versa. Makes a lot of sense, right? This was one of the bathrooms. This was not even original. I don't even know if it was the first modification that they did, but we decided that we were going to leave it because in today's world, it's very nice to have a bathroom facility in your living area. All right, so here's another thing that happened. And remember I told you about this cardboard situation? Well, we removed the cardboard and oh my gosh, there's this huge cavity underneath this area where the roof line came down to the outside wall. And what we did was we decided, why wouldn't we utilize that space? Now, I personally don't want to crawl in there. I don't need the storage. So we were thinking, let's go ahead and put this trundle bed in there. And now we've created another area for our friends to come and enjoy. And this living space, they have a place to sleep, they have their bathroom and the bar, and then they have this whole living area as well. Not everything makes sense, of course. Even though you're doing discovery, you have to figure out where to start and where to call uncle. So this is a great example of that. I can't even tell you, we don't quite know why they have such a vast difference between the flooring and then they put the stair in here. But again, thinking, now this is a universal design method thought process. Somebody's gonna fall off of this area of the floor. They're gonna fall right over here. So we put this beautiful glass wall. It's not impairing or shutting us off, but it's safety. And also it still lets the light go back and forth to both of these spaces. Something else, this radiator cover. Do you guys remember radiators? When we were kids, we used to come in from the snow and sit on them and dry our ski pants and put our mittens on them and have them dry out. Well, that was another strong consideration. We left the radiated heat in this space. It's a lot of money, and it would have literally meant that we tore up every floor and every ceiling, and we just didn't want to go through that and rebuild the whole structure because it truly is very sound. So anyway, we left it, but we made it part of the aesthetic value and incorporated it in our living space. This area over here by the piano, this was that awkward space when we stepped down from the living area. We think it was part of where the hay baling was going on, but we could have turned it into the dining room and we could have had seating there. But we did such a great job at our bar. We actually have 4 seats there. And this is a small space. It may look larger than it is. Now we've got an entire living space that accommodates new needs for us. Keep in mind that we really need to discover what our clientele or what we personally need the space to do. We felt very good about creating this space that actually accommodated our today needs. Next time, we're going to show you what it is we have on the other side of this amazing house and how it is we incorporated that into our new daily living. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.